Maseches Tanis that tells us the following story. Tuni Rabunon, Maase be Rebbe Eliezer. There was a story with Rebbe Eliezer. Rebbe Eliezer stam meint Rebbe Eliezer ben Horkenes. She goza sholish esrei tanias ala tzibbe. Et goizi gewinnt 13 Tanis auf den Tzibbe, velo yodi geshumim, and it still didn't rain. His chili at tzibbe lotzeis. After 13 Tanaisim, the people gave up and they left. Amar lahem, Rebbe Eliezer told them, Tekantem kvorim la'atzmechem, have you prepared your graves? Go kolo'om bebchir, the people started to cry when they realized that if it doesn't rain, they're going to die. V'yodu gishomim, and that moment when they cried, that was a moment of real prayer. And that was the moment when Yordi gishomim, it started to rain. But then the Gemara tells us another story with Rebbe Eliezer ben Horkenes. Shuv Maase be Rebbe Eliezer, another story happened with Rebbe Eliezer. She yordu lifnei atayve, it didn't rain, and they went and they started to pray. V'omar, Rebbe Eliezer ben Horkenes said, Esrim v'arba broches. He said 24 different broches. V'loinene, and he wasn't answered. Yorad Rebbe Akiva Achrov, Rebbe Akiva went over, he took over the Umid, V'omar, and he said a very short prayer. He said, Ovinu Malkeinu, Ein Lanu Melech, Eilo Oto. Our Father, our King, we have nobody but you. Ovinu Malkeinu, our Father, our King, Lemancho, on your behalf, Rachem Oleinu, have compassion on us, V'yodu Gishomim, and it started to rain. Rebbe Akiva is the composer of the idea of Avinu Malkeinu. It is the prayer that we will be saying now, all throughout Aseres Yemai Tshiva. The first one to utter those words, the first one to say those words, was Rebbe Akiva. Was it the Sod von Avinu Malkeinu? Was hat Avinu Malkeinu gearbeitet, wenn der 24 Tfilis von Rebbe Eliezer hat nicht gearbeitet? Ich will ein bisschen verstehen, Bechlal Rebbe Akiva. Rebbe Akiva's life is probably the richest from all the Tanuim. He starts off as a lonely shepherd. He rises the ranks until he becomes a leader in Klal Yisrael. And then he has a moiridige argument with the other Tanuim. Fascinating argument. There's a time when the Roman Empire conquers Israel and begins to strangle the Jewish people. Rebbe Gamliel says, you know what? Pay the taxes, don't get them angry. That is the opinion of Rebbe Gamliel and all his friends. Rebbe Akiva famously has a different idea. Rebbe Akiva teams up with Bar Kochba and he says, we will not give the Romans a single inch. We will fight, we'll give blood, we'll give sweat, we'll give toil. And we will kick every last Roman out of Eretz Yisrael. It's a fascinating thing because Rebbe Akiva manages to bring an entire movement along. Thousands and thousands of soldiers sign up to Rebbe Akiva's philosophy. Thousands of soldiers risk their life to fight with him, and all the thousands die. Thousands of Talmidim join his academy, and all these thousands die. And then Rebbe Akiva is left alone in the world. All his students and all his soldiers are dead. He's alone. He could have given up. He didn't give up. He fought again. He set up his 5 students in von dort geblieben nach Klal Yisrael. But what made Rebbe Akiva act? Why did Rebbe Akiva decide that the idea to fight the Romans is better than to make peace with them? Why did Rebbe Gamliel believe that peace is the way? Was it the sod von Rebbe Akiva? Du am Mishnah Mesechtes Uvis. He hoye oimer, Rebbe Akiva would say, Chaviv Adam shenivra b'tzelem. The person is beloved. God loves every human being because God created him in his image. Chibe Yisere, God extremely loves the human being. Noidasloi, he told him, shenivra b'tzelem. Chaviv in Yisrael, Jeden hat noch mehr lieb. Chibe Yisere noidas lahem shenikru bonim. First of all, Rebbe Akiva's message is so deep. Rabbi Akiva's message is HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't love only the Jewish people. If HaKadosh Baruch Hu loved only the Jewish people, that wouldn't be so unique. Chaviv ha'adam means HaKadosh Baruch Hu likes every human being in the world. And although he loves all human beings, Chaviv in Yisrael, he loves the Jew even more. He elevated, von dir, was ich hab lieb de Yid a viele mehr. Chaviv ha'adam, every person is beloved. Chaviv in Yisrael, Yid not even more beloved. Shenikru bonim, they're called children. Beautiful. There is a question we have to address. Chaviv in Yisrael, the Eivish dort lieb Yiden, shenikru bonim, they're called children. The love between HaKadosh Baruch Hu and Klal Yisrael is clearly defined in the Mishnah. It is the love that a parent has to a child. Chaviv in Yisrael, shenikru bonim. What is God's love? What is HaKadosh Baruch Hu's love to the rest of humanity? Now the truth is, there's only two kinds of loves in the world. Yeah, I can say I love chocolate, I love steak. That's not love. There's only two loves in the world. There's the love of parent to child, Chaviv in Yisrael shenikru bonim, and there's the love of doid ve'raya, romantic love. Only two loves exist in the world. You cannot have a have to chocolate. You can like chocolate. You can only have a have, doid ve'raya. You can have a love of Avi Ben. Maybe then es gesteht nicht. So when Rabbi Akiva says, Chaviv in Yisrael shenikru bonim, he says that HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves the Yidden like a parent loves a child. That is based on top of a love that HaKadosh Baruch Hu already has to all human beings. The love that we call romantic love. The love that we call Shea Shirim, the Song of Songs. And yet the question begs, what does it mean that HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves human beings? HaKadosh Baruch Hu ein gif v'lo yasigihi masiga hagif. What does it mean that HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves human beings? Let's ask a better question. When you say that two people are in love, what does that mean? Was meint es, wenn man sagt, zwei Menschen haben sich lieb? What is the depth of love? You might say love means I'll be there for you. If you'll be there for me, you can be a Chavayra member. In a time of need, I'll have your phone number. I care for you like a paid nurse. Was meint es when one person tells another person, I love you? And the truth is, there's only one explanation. I'll be there for you, I care for you, I'll always think of you. None of this is love. The depth of love is, I need you. When one person tells another person, I need you so intensely that nothing in the world is worth if I don't have you. And if I have you, I have everything. That is the depth of love. And that's why it's so hard to really say the word I love you. When you fall in love with a person and you want to say I love you, you're actually being extremely vulnerable. Because you're saying that without you I have nothing. And none of us want to be vulnerable. The oimik of ahave is the oimik von zugen ich darf dich. The oimik von zugen im jitten ish es kol hoim beisoi bu ahave voizi loi. It is the oimik of saying that all the beauty, wealth, all the enjoyments in the world is nothing compared to me sitting silently with you on a bench in a park. Love makes us vulnerable, but it doesn't make us weak, it makes us strong. There's no one more strong than the person that's in love. Love uplifts you. It makes you whole, it makes you strong. It makes you vulnerable at the same time. And that's the oxymoron of love. Let's see this the way Shlomo HaMelech describes it. For those of you who have it, I'm going to read it inside. For those of you who don't have it, you can listen. Ani yeshayna, she says in Shea Shirim, I'm asleep. Velibi ayr, she's in love and her heart is awake. Like those people that are in love, they can never fully fall asleep. Love keeps us awake even when we're asleep. And then she has a nightmare. In the night, while she's in love, she has a nightmare. What's the nightmare? Her love is knocking at the door and saying, Pischeli, open the door for me. Achoisi, my sister, Ayosi, my lover, Yonosi, my dove, Tanosi, my complete. And he begs the Sheroishi Nim Lotol, my hair is wet with dew. Kivitzoisai, my locks, resisai laila, are wet from the humidity of night. And in her nightmare, while her lover knocks on the door, she says, Peshatati esketonti, I already took off my clothing. Echochel bishana, I can't put it on. V'chatzti es ragla, I already washed my legs. Echocha atanfem, I can't make them dirty by going to the door to open it. The nightmare continues. Doidi sholach yodoi min hachoir. Her lover places a hand in through a hole. Imayai homi your love, and she starts feeling inside her body a tremendous yearning, a tremendous desire to be with him. She wakes up from a nightmare and she has a desire to be with him. Kamti ani leftoyach ledoidi. She runs to the door to open it, to check if her lover is there. But v'yodai not v'moir, her hands are slippery from cream. It takes her a moment to open the door. By the time she opens the door, she opens the door, and her lover has passed. She starts running in the streets because she searches him. She cannot live without him. She cannot find him. So Kerosif, she screams into the silence of the night, where are you? And he doesn't answer. At that moment, the guards who guard the city see her and they think she's a mad girl. The watchmen of the night find her. Hikini, they hit her. Pitziini, they injure her. Nosies redidi me alai, they take away her jewelry. And then while she's lying on the floor, she's bruised, she's bloody, a couple of girls pass. And what does she tell them? Hishbati eschem benois Yerushalayim. I swear upon you, maidens of Jerusalem. Im timti es doidi, if you find the person I love. Ma tagidi loy, what should you tell him? Shechoilas ahava oni, I'm sick with love, I'm faint with love. In her suffering, in the darkness of night, she still needs only one thing. The only thing she needs is him. And the fact that she needs him is the fact that she loves him. And that is the oimik of Shea Ashirim, defining love as need. Kivyochel, in Rabbi Akiva's world, HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world, but he needs human beings to step in. HaKadosh Baruch Hu created a beautiful world, and yet if we don't step in, it becomes hell on earth. Who will stop somebody from bullying if we won't step in? Who will wipe away the tear of a child if we don't step in? Who will stop all the suffering and agony that's going on in the world if human beings don't step in? Asher bara Elokim, God created the world, but lasois, there's still work to do. And according to Rabbi Akiva, God is in search of man. God needs man, because without man the world is not complete. While the Yidden are suffering under the hands of the Romans, there was two opinions. The opinion from Rabbi Gamliel is, Lo me warten. Los de Eibishter kennen. That is the opinion perhaps of Rabbi Eliezer ben Hawkins too, of Rabbi Shea. But Rabbi Akiva says no. Rabbi Akiva says HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives humans the power, but humans have to step in to fill the void. If we don't step up to fill the void, nothing will change. That is Rabbi Akiva's message. Chaviv ha'adam, HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves the man, means HaKadosh Baruch Hu needs man. There is no one more vulnerable than the person that's in love. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu Kivyochel humbles himself before us. And he says, I want you to know that I need you. I want you to know that without you my world will lie in shambles. For those of you who know history, there was a very evil governor in Jerusalem in the times of Rabbi Akiva. His name was Rufus. Rufus met Rabbi Akiva, and he asked Rabbi Akiva, what is more perfect? Things that God do, Sachen was der Eibishter macht, Things that God creates or things that man makes? And Rufus says, I don't understand. HaKadosh Baruch Hu creates a person and you say he's not perfect enough. So you make a bris milah to make him perfect? And Rabbi Akiva tells Rufus, yes. I believe that human beings create more perfect things than HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu deliberately doesn't create the person perfect to show that only we can make ourselves perfect and only we can make the world perfect. And all he did is he gave Rufus a piece of bread and he asked him, what would you rather eat? Chittim von der Eibishter or the Brot von der Mensch? What would you rather eat? And Rufus says, I'd rather eat a bread. And he said, yeah, Maaseh b'nei Odom zene mishlumim. Purposely made so. HaKadosh Baruch Hu creates an imperfect world and he waits for man to make it perfect. The Rambam writes about the relationship between the Eibishter and the world. You have it in your paper. V'keitzad yuahav v'horiyah. What is the perfect love? Hi sheyahav es Hashem ahav v'gedoyle yisayre rabbe. The person shall love HaKadosh Baruch Hu immensely, as strongly, ad ma'oid. Ad shetahai nafshoy kshire ba'ahavas Hashem, until he falls completely in love with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'nimtze shoyge ba'tomid. At Olskemin, he's constantly addicted to God. Ke'eli choylai yuahave, like the people that are sick with love. She'in da'atom peniyeh ma'ahavas oise ishe shehi boyge da'tomid, the way that you cannot move your mind away from the person you love. Bein b'shichbo, when you go to sleep, you think of the person you love. Bein b'kimoy, when you wake up, you think of the person you love. Bein b'shoshehu oichel v'shoyse, you're drinking, you're eating, whatever you're doing, all you're doing the whole day is really thinking about the person you love. The intensity of love is you don't even have to do anything with the person you love. You can sit silently in a park bench somewhere. Shifti b'vais Hashem kol yemai chayo. It's not talking to him, not him talking to me, it's just us bonding together. And yet, Rebbe Akiva says that the ahava from the Eibishter to the mensch is gehavas isha. The ahava from the Eibishter to Klal Yisrael is gehavas av leben. Don't fool yourself. The ahava of av leben is nothing close to this ahava. Nafshi choylas ahavosecho is only said in romantic love. The idea that I'm lovesick, the idea that I need to be every single moment together with you is only said in romantic love. Why would Rebbe Akiva compare the love from the Ribbono Shel Olam to Klal Yisrael as Avinu Malkeinu, as the love of a father to a child? And the answer is simple. The love of Shea Hashirim is intense. There's no seif in the whole of Tanakh that's as intense as Shea Hashirim. Morning, night, evening, afternoon, 1 week, next week, a whole day you're just sick. The choyles avasecho takes over Shea Hashirim like a madman. But you know what? It's breakable. It's ahava tliya bedova. Romantic love has its life cycle and then it fades. It's game over. I no longer need the person, I can survive without them. That's the way romantic love works. It doesn't last forever. You can work on it, you can keep it, it's not the same thing. The intensity of need has its lifespan. After some time that vanishes, and you're just once again simply friends and sometimes enemies. The love of parent to child is completely different. The love of parent to child is so powerful that nothing in the world can break it. Parents are there for children way beyond the lifespan of romantic love. Eltern zijn dort voor kinderen no matter what. Parents have the capacity to be there for their children even when the children betray them. Lovers don't have that capacity. Parents have the capacity to forgive for the worst kind of sins. Lovers don't have that capacity. Parents have the power to forgive and forgive and to forgive and to murder themselves for their children. For 10 years, for 20 years, for 30 years, decade after decade. That is the power of parent towards child. The unbreakable bond of which the parent will do for the child 1,000 times and 1,000,000 times and 1,000,000,000 times more than the child will do for the parent. And that is the secret of love from parent to child. Let me show you another beautiful Gemara. Tanya, I'm starting in the middle of my Matzli. Tanya, Omar Reb Yishmael ben Elisha. Reb Yishmael ben Elisha told the story. Pam achas nichnasti lahakti ketoires lifnai v'lifnim. I once went into the Kodesh Kudashim on Yom Kippur to be makti ketoires. V'ra'isi akasriel ko Hashem tzevokois. I saw the Ribono shel Olam shehu yoshev al kisei ram v'nissa, der Eibishter sitzt auf a riesige Bänkel auf a Stiel. V'omali in HaKadosh Baruch Hu humbly says, Yishmael b'ni, my son Yishmael, b'cheinu, give me a blessing. Omarti loy, I told the Eibishter, Yehi rotzoi milfonecho, may it be your will. Sheyichbishu rachmecho eskascho, your compassion shall outweigh your anger. V'yegoilu rachmecho al midoisecho, let your compassion roll over all the other traits. V'sisnaheg im bonecho, and you shall act towards your children in bonecho. B'midas harachmim, v'sikones lahem lifnim mishuras hadin. What Rabbi Yishmael spoke about here is not Knesset Yisrael Kala Kariya. He wasn't invoking romantic love, because in a time when people sin, there's only one thing that can save us. A parent forgives his child even when his child sins. V'sisnahig im bonecho, remember they're your children. They're your children, and even when they hurt you, even when they rebel against you, you goyli rachmecho al midoisecho. Rachmuna soll überfließen. Wenn anaye li beroishoi, in der Eibishter Ziege schockelt mit dem Kopf. That is the winning ticket. The winning ticket is to remember that we're the children of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. No matter how many times we pierce him, no matter how many times we hurt him. Rabbi Miller spoke in that Shabbaton. He came over to the table and he was speaking about the idea that we hurt HaKadosh Baruch Hu with the very organs he gives us. And our children sometimes, it's so painful. When a child has cancer, you know, we don't see them as guilty. When a child has a different disease, we don't see them as guilty. But when we raise a child, and the child rebels against us, and sometimes with the very gifts we give them, they hurt us, it becomes so painful. And at that moment we remember that it's with the very same life and organs that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives us that we sin. We too ask him, V'sisnaheg im bonecho, treat us like children. I have a story here which I would like to do with you. Omar Rav Hamnuna. It's a Gemara Mesechtes Brachos. Omar Rav Hamnuna, mai dichsiv, mi ke hachocham, o mi yodei pesher dova. Pasuk in Keheles, who's as wise as HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and who can solve crisis like HaKadosh Baruch Hu? Sheyedei elas is bishore ben shnei tzadikim, ben Cheskiyahu l'Yeshayahu. Cheskiyahu HaNovi and Yeshaya HaNovi were not on speaking terms. Problem, Cheskiyahu is the king, Yeshaya is the prophet. HaKadosh Baruch Hu has to make some kind of pshura. Cheskiyahu was the king. He said, Laisi Yeshayahu gabohi. If Yeshaya has anything to say to me, let him come to the palace. The Hache Ashkechon be'Eliyahu, we find the same idea be'Eliyahu, the Ozle Gaba Achav. When Eliyahu had something to say to Achav, Eliyahu would go over to the palace and speak to Achav. Vayelech Eliyahu laharis el Achav. Yeshayahu Omar, Laisa Cheskiyahu Gaboi. Yeshayahu said, if Cheskiyahu wants to hear Neviah, let him come in the Smedrish. The Hoche Ashkechon be'Yehorim ben Achav, the Uzle Gaba Elisha. So they both don't want to give an inch. Yeshaya will blaben in the Besmedrish, Cheskia will blaben in the palace. Cheskia says if Yeshaya has something to say, the doors of the palace are wide open. Yeshaya says if Cheskia wants to hear, let him come to shul and let him hear what I have to say. Me usa HaKadosh Baruch Hu, was ist der Eibischte getan? Hai vi Yisirim al Cheskiyahu. He made Cheskiyahu sick. V'omer lo Yeshaya, leichi vakes achoyle. Cheskia is krank. Als bike choylem, everyone's prepared to step in at that point. Sheneima ba yumim mohaim yene teg, chalu Cheskiyahu, lomis Cheskia became sick, deathly sick. Vayove Elov Yeshaya ben Omei Tzanovi. Yeshaya came to be mevake choyle. Listen to the best words he could say while he was mevake choyle. He told him, Koyam Hashem, I have a message for you. Tzav lebaischu, write your will. Ki mess out because you're dying. V'lo yischaya, you won't be alive. Fragt him Cheskia, I hear. You told me I'm going to die and not be alive. Usually the two go hand in hand. If I'm going to die, I suppose I won't be alive. Says Yeshaya, no. I mean, you're going to die in this world, and you also won't be alive in the world to come. Thank you for the message. Wie kommt es zu mich? So he told him, famously, Cheskia was probably the greatest Jewish king we ever had. I know I have chutzpah to say it, but there was light nach, it almost seems like that. Cheskia, perfect. But er nicht gewollt Chassen haben. Omalai, sagt ihm Cheskia, I'll tell you why I didn't get married. Mishim de chazor li beruach hakodesh, aso with riach hakodesh, de nafkum inai benin de loy male. Geloben Kinder was teugen nicht. I'd rather not have a child than have a child was teugen nicht. Omalai Yeshaya ihm gesucht, behade kovshe de rachmuna lumelach. It's none of your business what kind of child you'll have. You don't get to pick the child you'll raise. Die das toben a Kind, was du a Mitzvah von hoben Kinder. I meide niche kame kidsche berichi li eved. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will decide what kind of child he wants you to raise. It's not for you to decide. It's for you to raise. Omalai, Cheskia comes up with a plan. Die will sich so haben Kinder, Gesundheit. Haschte havli beratoch, geh mich da an Tochter. Ich achas nur mit da an Tochter. Efsche de gome sich hieße die dive die doch, wenn afge minai benin de male. I'll have your daughter. The Kinder sind ein Einikel von Yeshaya, Azim von Cheskiyui. Probably it'll be a gitte Kind. Beide Seiten, gitte Älteren. Omalai, Yeshaya told him, Kva nigzre loch gezeir, it's too late. Omalai Cheskiyui told him, Ben Omoitz. Ben Omoitz didn't even want to say his name. The son of Omoitz. Kalaina vi ostru. Cut your prophecy. Cut it. Vitzai and leave the palace. Kach me kiblani mi bay avi abe. Ich habe Kabule mi bais avi abe von David HaMelech. Afile cheref chadom unachas al tzavre shel odom. Even if a sharp knife is on the neck of a person, al yimna atzmoy min rachmim soll dich nicht zurückhalten von Tfille und von Rachmunis. By the way, was meint das afile cheref chado? You ever saw a sword that's not sharp? If it's not sharp, it's not a sword. Beautiful word from one of the Abichatziras. In the Arabic countries, when you execute with a sword. The rule is the executioner gets one zetz. If by mistake it comes down on the blunt side, the person is pardoned. He says, "Afile cheref chado," even if it came down on the sharp side, it's already touching your neck. Al yimna atzmim in a rachmim, you can still pay loss. By the way, what's the end of the story? The end of the story is that this gewaldige shidduch from Cheskia and Yeshaya happens. And a son is born. And the son is called Menashe. They had no choice. This was the son HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave them. This was the son Cheskiyahu tried to raise. And this was the son that murdered Yeshaya HaNovi. Horrible, gruesome. Yeshaya escaped them and ran into a hollow tree. And this son Menashe chopped off the tree and cut the wood into pieces, chopping up a zayda with it. They were the greatest we had, but they didn't get to choose who their child will be. And then the Pasuk Gemara continues. Listen close to what the Gemara tells us. Itme name Reb Yochanan veReb Eluzah da Omri Tavayi. Afile cherev chadul menachas al tzavere shel Odom al yimna atzmei min arachmim. Was steht wart auf der Zettel? Shenema. Oilem hat es. Hein yiktilaini lo yayachail. Ach der roche el pona v'chiach. What's that pasuk all about? It's a pasuk that each and every one of us should know. Eve was hit by HaKadosh Baruch Hu with untold pain. We discussed it in the Shabbaton. His 4 friends came and they told him, there has to be a reason why you're suffering. He said no. Eli told him, if you don't believe there's a reason why you're suffering, then you don't have faith in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And Eve told him back, don't you dare tell me that. Don't you dare. If God would kill me, lo yayachel, I would still have faith in him. But when I think he's wrong, I'll tell it to him in his face. Because I don't deserve it, is not a lack of bitochen. It is from the depth of bitochen. If HaKadosh Baruch Hu would kill me, lo yayachel, I would have faith in him. But achte rochai, when I believe that I'm punished wrong, el panav achiach, I'll tell it to him in his face. We don't get to choose who our children will be, and we don't get the children that we have because we did certain things. We have them because HaKadosh Baruch Hu decided to give it to us even when we don't deserve it. Cheskiah didn't deserve a Menashe. Yeshaya didn't deserve a Menashe, but they got it. And when they had it, they did all they could with it. Because that is what it means to be a father. No Tana understood love better than Rebbe Akiva. No one. Rebbe Akiva alone married a girl who gave up everything in the world to marry him. She needed him. She gave up her wealth. She gave up her father's family. She gave up everything because she needed him. He understands what love is. And yet when it wasn't raining because the Yidden haben gesündigt, he only knew there's only one route. The route is Avini Malkaini, you're my father. Because when we sin, there's only one route. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, a tate is dort for a kind, a fille wenn the kind tet weide tate. Fathers don't abandon their children. Parents don't abandon their children. At least healthy parents. Sometimes the charge is so difficult. Why shouldn't I? Sometimes we feel pulled from all sides. And yet you, my friends, are living testimony to this fact that Rebbe Akiva knew thousands of years ago. Parents don't abandon their children. Healthy parents stick with their children even when it becomes so painful to do so. When we stand Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, we say, Kerachaim of albunim, kain terachaim olayni. We once again notice that the only thing that can save us is the fact that parents don't abandon their children. Rebbe Eliezer hat gedavent 24 Tfilis. Verloi nein, nicht geämpft geworden. Your father cannot not do it for a child. All of us have so much to ask for in the new year. Not only you sitting here, but the thousands and millions and billions of people around the world. Means billions of people have so much to ask for. Billions of people need help. And billions of people can only invoke one thing. Invoke the Ahavas U'av. But if we are not there for our children, how dare we ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu to be there for us? And that is why you, my dear friends, are the last and final hope for humanity. It is you who stick through this. It is you who suffer through this. It is you who don't care was the Welt sucht. And it is you who struggle day and night with pain, untold pain. Pain that so few people in the world understand. And yet, every day you're still there. You are the last hope. When we will stand there, Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, it is because of you people that I am convinced that we will be blessed with a good year. Let us remember, HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world and He needs us to step in. He needs us to step in because that is the oimik of romantic love. But we need Him to forgive us because that is the oimik of parental love. This is what we have. En lassen alle solche sein, sie aksive, wachasime, teuven, agit gewünscht, Jure.